This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
iHeart presents the Big Three Playoffs. This Sunday, the remaining 4 teams battle to make the championship in the most physical, fierce, and competitive basketball league in the world. The action starts with the Big Three Monster Energy Celebrity Game. Then Dwight Howard and his LA Riot take on Montrezl Harrell and Dr. J Chicago Triplets. The finale will see popular Miami 305 with stars MVP Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson take on Nancy Lieberman's Dallas Power. Who will make it to the Big Three Championship? The no-holds-barred action starts Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 Pacific, only on CBS.
And boom!
Common man, no show prep, no solid plan. Spins a yarn, every dance a tale. The esoteric approach won't fail. Tune in, it's time for Common Man. Common man, charge the housewives like no one can. What'd you shoot? Where'd we play? Non-stop nonsense on deck today. Tune in, it's time for Common Man.
Oh boy! Why should anybody aspire to be a common man, an average man? Do you realize what it means to be average? That means you're the best of the lousiest, and the lousiest of the best. Now, if we demand more and more for producing less and less, while the have-not nations encourage and inspire and indeed require hard work and maximum effort, if we deify the common men while they encourage and reward the uncommon ones, well, the end result of such a lopsided race as that is too obvious to require elaboration.
I mean, it's like, hello?
Welcome back to the spotlight, young man.
Out of hundreds of deals that I've done.
Good. Hundreds.
Mark, they can't pitch. They can't hit. What is with, I mean, come on.
That's a bunch of malarkey.
You know, sometimes when you practice, you'll set up chairs. You know, and you run through chairs just to show zones and stuff. The Viking defense looks like it's chairs. All the defensive backs covering are just atrocious today for the Minnesota Vikings.
Cam Dantzler, what are you doing?
Yeah, I always love that one.
Border battle. I've seen enough out of Cousins, Paul. Put him on ice. Touchdown! Vikings!
Quarterback quandary.
That's interesting. A dog with a note in his mouth should be able to sell those ratings.
That is B-I-G, big for this football team.
Super Bowl, homeboy.
Let's play.
Say.
A whole lot of kids. I just want to say, you doubted us, but now we're here.
He's the clown from Brown. He's the fourth in the North. This is the common man, Dan Cole.
That would be me, a little ack-ack-a-dack. Back from my vacay. I'm tanned, I'm rested, and I'm ready. And you'd think after being away for a week, I'd have all sorts. I got nothing. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to wing it today. You go away for a week, and I mean, well, I don't know why I didn't get a call from the station. I had said if the Twins pull the team off the market, that I would be on call, and I never got that call. I did get the call though that I've been waiting for my entire life. Remember, I've told you before that I'm expecting a phone call. I don't know when it's coming, what it's going to be about, or who it's from, and I finally got that call. More on that later. But not only do we need to get to that, and I would like to make just a few brief comments on the Twins, on the poll that's pulling the Twins off the market. There does seem to be a quarterback controversy brewing here in the Twin Cities. We have no wide receivers to speak of. The team seems to be in turmoil. Is Kevin O'Connell on the hot seat? The Lynx continue to dominate, and they are number one in the power rankings with a bullet. And of course, Scotty Scheffler. A hit, knockdown, punch, cut, fade, draw. So much to get to. Why don't we go ahead and spin the wheel of topic?
Wheel of Topics!
Commons Golf Game.
It's a mess.
What did you shoot today?
83.
Where'd we play?
Loggers Trail.
Where'd you hit it on? One?
Up the gut.
How far from the green was it?
I had a 7-iron in my hand, and I thinned it.
Second shot?
What somehow got on the green. It was there.
Then what?
2-putted for par, so okay. It's an okay start. And then it was a string of bogeys until I 4-putted on number 5 for a double. But that's not the worst of it. Club championship yesterday at Prestwick at Wedgewood, senior club championship. Lift clean in place because there was so much rain. Plus, if you hit the ball into the bunker, you didn't have to play it in the bunker because the bunkers were all washed out.
Wow.
And they didn't have enough staff. So you would think I would be able to shoot a really low number, right? I mean, you hit it into a bunker. What do? You get to take the ball out and place it next to the bunker. And it was going okay early. Made 2 brilliant up and downs on the first 2 holes. When I say brilliant, I hit to 6 inches. Par. Make a bogey on 3, which I hit it into the greenside bunker and got to remove. You would think if you hit it into a greenside bunker and then got to take it out of the bunker and drop it in the rough, well, you'd maybe get up and down or make a 4,
sure.
Right? Well, I did make a 4. And then I proceeded to make a double, a bogey, and then I doubled 6, doubled 7, and doubled 8. I looked like I'd never played before. And if you think that's bad, last Wednesday, what day was it? Thursday, I tried to qualify for the Minnesota State Amateur.
How'd that go?
Up at McGregor. Well, there were 14 players for 9 spots, and I didn't make it. No! I mean, that's embarrassing. You know how Rosen was humiliated when he had to sit in the 200 section for Nate Bargatze?
Yeah.
I was humiliated shooting an 89. I shot an 89. No! And that round started out well. The first hole was a par 5. I hit a mediocre drive. I line drive a hybrid that looks like it went into the junk, right? So we start to look for it, can't find it. I go back to hit one of the other guys in my group and my caddy, baby brother Peter. They find it. And I get up and down and make par. I bogey 2 and I knock down a 50-foot birdie putt on 3. I'm even through 3. And I'm thinking to myself, now I'm thinking about medalist honors, right? Going to shoot the low number of the entire day. I hit a perfect drive on 4. And then I do that. You know the Mauer quick swing?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be for baseball, not for golf. I do the quickest swing ever. I just hit this low hook into the junk. No! I end up making a triple there. I triple a par 3. I think, we had a big announcement for the Common Man program not long ago.
Yeah.
What was that big announcement again, anyway? Couldn't have been that big. What was the big announcement? Oh, that I wasn't going to play in the men's club championship for the first time in 21 years, right?
Yeah.
Here's the big announcement. I think I need to take 2 weeks off and quit is what I need to do. I just can't play. It's over for me, Tennessee. You're next in the succession of golf ambassador.
Really?
Yeah.
I better start playing.
Well, you better start. Well, think about it. If I relinquish the title, if I resign, you get to play golf every day, and sometimes 36.
Sounds great.
It's a great job. If you're playing well and you like golf, is the best.
How do I push you towards relinquishing that title?
Well,
how can I encourage you?
Just by telling me to take 2 weeks off and quit or skip the first par 3 I come to, because it's just awful right now. So today it's like when I really focus, I can hit good shot, but I can't focus. I'm scatterbrained. I'm not claiming I have, what is it, ADHD? I don't have that, I don't think. I just can't focus on anything anymore. I think I've got early onset is what I've got. So anyway, embarrassed.
Well, there's that.
Humiliated. I felt like Rosen at the Nate Bargatze concert. Think about when Rosen had to sit in the 200 section. Just humiliated. It's so good. But
just
anyway,
hoping no one recognizes him, which is
right.
impossible.
Which is impossible. And if you'll remember when he was on that vacation, he came back and said he went somewhere, was so far away from the Twin Cities, nobody recognized him. He said it was refreshing. And I know the feeling. I was recognized up in Brainerd. But I didn't mind. It doesn't matter to me. I don't mind. I like when they want to touch the hem of my garment. They're appreciative of our efforts here on KFAN. We got a lot of people listening, and we do appreciate that. So what was the reaction? I think the local reaction to the Twins pulling the team off the market, the Pohlads pulling the team off the market, that must have filled up a lot of airtime for the Ten Fitzgerald, right?
Well, the problem was for the Ten Fitzgerald, we were broadcasting live from Vikings joint practices the day it came out. So we already had, Ron Johnson booked for an hour, Mark Rosen. So we talked a little bit about it with Rosen, but right at noon we weren't able to talk about it because we're basically a play-by-play of the joint practice.
Let me ask you a question. Were you able to book Rosen's source with the Twins to explain what happened? I texted him. He got so mad at me.
Oh, he told me you texted him. Yeah.
He said, my source, what did he say? Something like, my source is very important or something like that. He's got a source that's he's a big time source with the Twins is basically what he was trying to tell me. He said, I got it right here. It's just, he was so annoyed with me. What is it about me that I like to get people going, particularly Mark Rosen?
It's your hobby.
It is kind of my hobby. It's what I like to do. And he said, I said, this is so good. Hold on. So here it goes. It says, oh no. Did it actually, so much for your twin source. I put it in quotes. That's just how I said it. And he goes, he has a big job in the organization. Meanwhile, you were so excited about that team. Aren't you on vacation? 10 of me are going to kill it at the scrimmage. Did you guys kill it?
Depends how you define the word kill.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, there's killing segments and there's killing a segment.
We got through it.
We did get through it one way or the other. Let's do this. Let's take a break. We got plenty to get to today. A lot of people want Peek at the Purple coming up next. We do want to talk a little, and I won't dwell on the Vikings for too terribly long, or I mean on the Twins for too terribly long. But we will broach that topic for a bit. Let's take a break and come back with more here on the Common Man program right here on the Fan.
Trip is headed back to the island.
No!
Join the guys at Treasure Island September 18th and 19th for 2 shows and parlay full of games, tons of laughs, and great prizes, including, get this, 2 trips to Las Vegas with the show in October. You never know if they're going to go back there, so take advantage of this now.
Well, that's a life-changing experience is what it is.
It is. Here's what you got to do. Use the promo code KFAN when you book your stay to save 20%. Get the full details now at KFAN.com. Keyword calendar.
And you talk about funny. I mean, it's knee-slapping and side-splitting humor on that Power Trip Morning Show. Yoga pants, breasts.
Just you talking about it makes me laugh.
Yeah, it makes me laugh, too. It's so much fun. I mean, we should have built this up more and teased it as a major announcement coming from the Power Trip Morning Show. That's what we should have done.
We should have announced that there's an announcement.
Well, yeah, we shouldn't have just sprung it on people like that. I mean, that could make people drive off the road with excitement. Boy, that sounds like
especially because they never saw it coming.
Well, no, who would ever see them going to Las Vegas? They've only been there like 1,400 times. Well, good for them. They'll have a lot of fun. Peek at
one of these years, they're going to do, this is our last ever trip to Vegas. Right. And then they'll book it and they'll go, well, that was so great. We're going to do another one.
One more time.
And you just keep doing the reunion tour over and over again. Yeah.
And why wouldn't they? And everyone will enjoy it. You'll laugh so much your side will. You know what I'm watching on TV? The Hidden Secrets of Harry Houdini.
Why are you doing that?
Well, because PA had it on MTV, and it's just too salacious for me, those videos.
Yeah.
I just can't watch them. It's too much. You know me. I'm a G-rated kind of a guy. So
I'm going to watch the Little League World Series.
What channel's that on?
ESPN.
ESPN. The sports
864.
864. I'll go to 864 a little bit later and watch a little League. The kids call it Little League World Series nowadays. Speaking of that, Cambridge Dictionary has come out with new words to add to the dictionary for this year.
Yeah.
Kids talk. We'll do that a little bit later. So we got plenty to get to. Yes! One way or the other. Peak of the Purple brought to you by our friends at Affordable Electric. They're getting busy now installing those 240-volt electrical plugins for EVs because apparently, like sometime in late September, that tax write-off, that $7,500 tax credit, that's going away. So there are people that have bought their electric cars or want to buy them while they can still get that tax credit. And they've been very busy at Affordable Electric installing those. So if you need one of those installed in your garage, you can charge up your car. Or reach out to Affordable Electric, affordable-electric.com. Affordable-electric.com. And remember, Affordable Electric is, wait for it, it's shockingly affordable. So Tennessee, speaking of ESPN, they just released their latest power rankings. And how about this? The Packers are rated higher than the Vikings.
Huh?
I'm not making it up.
Huh?
Who do you think they have as the number one team in the National Football League, Tennessee? The
power rankings?
Yeah, power rankings. ESPN power rankings.
Are they going to do the Go Eagles?
Yeah, it is.
EAGLES.
And then it has who's under the most pressure? Under pressure.
Josh Allen.
They say it's actually, for each team.
Oh, for the Eagles?
So who's under the most pressure? Under pressure. Dun, 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 dun,
for the Eagles?
Yeah. Not a player. Offensive coordinator, Kevin Patullo.
Oh, really?
The Eagles are well established coming off a big game, but one significant change came at offensive coordinator where Patullo replaced Kellen Moore and will serve as full-time play caller for the first time in his career. So there will be pressure, right, Tennessee? I mean, it's like if you were given the opportunity to be the replacement for Saturdays with Sauce. I mean, think about that. Think of those shoes to fill.
I wouldn't even want to take that.
You wouldn't.
I'm just setting myself up for failure.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
So when you've won the big game, you have an offense that was able to do the tush push, and Saquon Barkley resurrects his career and everything else with the offense line. I mean, there's pressure. What have you done for me lately? So there will be pressure on Kevin Patullo. Kansas.
Like the taking over Sauce was like when Mac Jones had to take over for Tom Brady. That's the difference. The level you got to reach.
Exactly. And it's virtually impossible. KC's at number 2, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Who do you think's under the most pressure at KC? It's a wide receiver.
Rashee Rice.
Yeah, they say they need him to step up.
Well, if he's not suspended and he's not injured, I think he will step up. Okay. I think he's pretty good. But he might have it sounds like his court date's getting moved back like 6-7 weeks. So he will play the first, I think, 6 weeks of the season.
Okay.
But at that point, he could end up being suspended for a good chunk of the season.
What did he do?
He got into a car accident that.
Oh. Yeah.
I think were there deaths involved? I don't remember anymore.
Buffalo Bills at number 3. Under most pressure, defensive end Joey Bosa. He signed a 1-year, $12.6 million deal.
Under pressure.
Number 4. Who do you think the number 4 team is, Tennessee?
After those 3, I think it's got to be, I don't know if the Detroit Lions are getting the preseason love they got before. I would say maybe Baltimore.
It is Baltimore. Under pressure, tight end Mark Andrews.
Well, yeah. He had the drop last year.
That was not
He had a bad drop.
A really bad drop. He's entering the final season of a 4-year, $56 million contract after dropping a critical 2-point conversion. I forgot about that. That was just awful.
Yeah. Under pressure.
Number 5, Motor City Kitties. Who do you think is under the most pressure with the Kitties? It's a player.
It is a player? Okay,
Yeah,
I was going to say because you got 2 new coordinators,
Right.
but then it might be Dan Campbell because you have 2 new coordinators. But if it's a player, Aiden Hutchinson maybe?
It's Goff.
Oh, Jared Goff.
Yeah, they say it's make
What if
it
he's
or break
off?
it. Yeah, well, if he's off, they're in trouble.
What do you mean make it or break it? He's made it for like a couple years in a row here.
Well, but he didn't get them to that next, to the big game. I don't know. They're calling it pressure. It says
he took one of the worst franchises in football history.
the Lions fell short in the NFC divisional round when Goff struggled and finished with 4 turnovers. Goff and the Lions will try to put last year's playoff dud behind them. As the face of the team, the veteran QB again has high expectations to keep the momentum growing. Big Mo, as we like to call it. And if you're playing the Lions, you got to hope Goff is off.
Mm-hmm.
You got to stick Gibbs in the ribs.
Yeah.
And then
You got to get Brown. You got to knock him down.
you got to knock him down.
Yeah.
Deuce had one for Laporta. What was it? You can't afford to let Laporta. It was better when he delivered.
I always love that one.
Commanders at 6, and then your Green Bay Packers at number 7, the 7th best team in the National Football League.
Huh?
Some cornerbacks under the most pressure, some guy named Nixon because Jair's gone. Of course, Jair wasn't any good anyways, right? I mean, he was good, but he never played, right? Is that the case with Jair?
He had some injury stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Not dependable.
Rams at 8, Bungles at 9, and then come our Minnesota Vikings.
Huh?
They're the 10th best team. And then do you think that's fair? Think that's about where they should be?
Because of the uncertainty with the quarterback, I get it. No one wants to dive in head first on the Vikings because of it.
Who's under the most pressure?
Well, J.J. McCarthy.
Nope.
Really?
By default, it's Kwesi. It says the Vikings draft process is under pressure.
Well, there's that.
After signing GM Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah and coach Kevin O'Connell to contract extensions and assembling a roster of proven veterans, the team doesn't have anyone prominent on the hot seat. But it might need to overhaul its draft process in 2026 if it doesn't see more production from recent picks. Jordan Addison was the only starter last season and was drafted between 2022 and 2024. The Vikings need big contributions from McCarthy, Dallas Turner, and Donovan Jackson, at least, to validate their current process. So says ESPN's Kevin Seifert. That is his little paragraph there that he writes about the Vikings. And I would tend to agree because he spelled it out right there. Just haven't had a lot of contributions from the draft class over the past few years under Kwesi. So we'll see how that goes.
Do we know, though, at this stage, how much of the draft process is Kwesi and how much of it is KOC and B-Flow going, I want this guy, I want this guy?
Yep. That's
ultimately it's going to fall on the GM.
Right,
I get it.
But you're right. You're absolutely right. Because I do think I don't think that a general manager just goes, hey, here's what I drafted for you. Here's one. He doesn't tell you who he's beat. I'm sure there are intense discussions about who they want, and the coaches have a lot of
even in free agency, it doesn't seem like it's Kwesi going, hey, I like this guy for your defense. I think it's B-Flow going, I want that guy, I want that guy, I want that guy. I think they fit my defense.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Let's take a break and come back. Peek at the Purple, brought to you by our friends at Affordable Electric. For all your electrical needs, Affordable-Electric. Affordable-Electric, they're shockingly affordable. A little disc out loud after this on the van.
Summer's about to get loud. Coheed and Cambria and Taking Back Sunday are hitting the Armory on August 20th with special guest Foxing. Tickets are on sale now, and they're going fast. Don't miss your chance to be part of this epic night. Grab your tickets and all the details at KFAN.com. Keyword calendar.
A major announcement regarding the Common Man is coming up later this week. Going to be a major announcement, so be listening for that. We'll let you know what it is. This past Saturday, I attended a celebration of life for Monday Night Football guy Eric William Anderson. Born July 24th, 1973, passed away June 27th of 2025, just shy of 52 years of age. It was a delightful celebration of life at a small little church up in Wauman. And then they had a little get-together afterwards where we had the guy that put the pastrami together, I've never had pastrami. You know, usually when you get pastrami, and if I get it at a deli, it has to be sliced at the exact thickness I like, or it's not going to work, right?
And I'm not going to get fired over a pastrami sandwich.
Exactly. Never over a pastrami. This was like cut right from the butt of the pastrami, which I didn't even... Is pastrami like an animal? You know, because you got chicken, and you got cows. Is pastrami an animal? Because the pastrami was like the big butt of the pastrami, and I'm just telling you, it melted in my mouth. I've never had anything like that before. I've just always had it sliced at a deli. Got any pastrami information there for me?
Well, I'm guessing Devin behind me, who we're working in as
Devin.
our next part-timer, he's a farmer, so
Yeah, Devin,
he probably knows this more than any of us.
Devin is the new kid in town. Welcome, my friend.
You turn your microphone on there, Devin.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going really well, thank you. Pastrami is what kind of meat, you know?
I have no idea.
What kind of farmer are you? Obviously not a cattle farmer.
No, not cattle, just corn, soybeans.
Oats and beans and barley-o?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you, I know, is your corn knee-high? Was it knee-high by the 4th of July?
Oh, it was plenty high.
Yeah. Sounds like you're high. You didn't smoke dope before you got here, did you?
No.
You didn't think so?
Typically made from beef, most often from the brisket cut.
Yeah, the brisket cut. Oh, I'm telling you, man.
Pastrami can also be made from other meats like turkey or lamb.
Yeah, no, this was beef. And where was the beef? I ate it all. Are you let me ask you something. At your farm, are you guys, you red or green?
We are green.
We're not going to get along very well. I'm an international harvester guy. I always have been. And you said, what do you do? Soybeans?
Yeah, corn, soybeans.
I'm a green bean guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and just, and whereabouts you farming?
Just south of Mankato.
Just south of Mankato, down south of Mankato. Well, good for you. Do you actually work the farm yourself, or your family?
It's mostly my dad, but I definitely help around during harvest time.
Yeah. Hard work, right?
Oh, yeah.
Sun up till sundown during harvest time, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. What brought you into the this type of business? What do you? I mean, what do you do? Are you going to school? Have you graduated? Or what's your story?
I graduated already from Bethany Lutheran College in Mankato.
Okay.
With a degree in media arts, and I just wanted to get into this to have a job in sports media.
Oh, media arts, like you paint pictures of. I don't understand. This wouldn't be the best place to do any painting, I don't think.
No, I'm a terrible painter.
Yeah.
And artist.
Me too. I can't paint a straight line. So you want to be in the sports business, do you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of the Vikings? Go ahead.
They're going to have a good year.
Oh, you think so?
Oh, yeah.
What makes you think that? You'd fit in perfect on 9 to noon. Fall on project.
Well, the whole team has just got... I don't feel like they got many holes that they need to cover.
No, not at all. There's a team without a weakness is what they are.
Can I ask him a side question?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Be honest. What's your favorite show on the Fan?
Favorite show?
Power Trip Morning Show.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
I was expecting 9 to noon to be the answer.
I think it's the Power Trip Morning. Whose isn't the Power Trip Morning Show?
Power Trip.
Yeah, Yoga Pants Brass. They're funny. Are you going to Vegas? Would you like to go to Vegas with the Power Trip Morning Show?
I'd like to. I haven't seen my ticket yet.
Well, and I'm not the guy that can give it to you today. I'm not high enough on the food chain in order to do that. Well, it's good to have you here. I hope you enjoy it here. We do need board ops, producers.
We need all the help we can get.
We need all the help we can get. So welcome aboard.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So at the funeral service, they asked if anybody wanted to stand up and say something. One person got up and said something. Matter of fact, it was the second time he got up. The first time he delivered, he read the obituary for Monday Night Football guy. Then he sat down. Then preacher guy said, anybody have anything to say? Don't be shy. Come on up. And for a while, nobody stood up. He went up and said something. Then I felt, look, I have to say something. So I basically went up there and told about his routine, about menopause and about PJ Fleck. I'm your father, when he put the scuba gear on and all that.
I always love that.
Yeah, it was. I'm glad I went. It was. He was a hell of a kid, Monday Night Football guy, and he just died of natural causes at just shy of 52 years. He was a truck driver. His mom said he went to school in North Dakota to be a meteorologist.
Wow.
And she said what happened, though, is he discovered beer. at college. And then he decided he didn't want to be a meteorologist. He wanted to be a truck driver. So he came back and he became a truck driver. You know what else she said? I'm not making this up. She said that she got a call from when he was still at college. She got a call from college. And they said, there's something with Eric. And they go, what do you mean there's something with him? Well, he does all the calculus in his head.
Wow.
He was doing and they said, and this could become a problem because as it gets more complicated, it's going to be harder to do, but he does it all in his head.
That's crazy.
It's really crazy.
The boy genius.
Yeah. And as, if you've never had the opportunity to see, I felt as another representative of the comedy community because, Monday Night Football Guy was a member of the comedy community. So I was representing the comedy community up there. And if you never had a chance to see Monday Night Football Guy work, you missed a real artist. He was sort of a combination of Dave Chappelle, Howie Mandel, and Dave Attell.
I always love that one.
Actually, the funniest line regarding Monday Night Football Guy was actually delivered by Larry Mondello Guy as the MC. So as soon as Monday Night Football Guy would pack his scuba gear back into his bag and drag it off stage and leave the stage to thunderous applause, he would say, "Let's hear it for Monday Night Football Guy," and people would applaud. And he goes, "Monday Night Football Guy may have just told the greatest joke ever written, but we'll never know." So may he rest in peace. Monday Night Football.
Going to miss him out at the fair this year. That's always the time. He'd come out there every single year and give his routine.
He would he'd be there at 12:15 and he would do it for us. And now we're certainly going to. And you know what nice? The last time I worked with him, I opened for him. I still have a picture of the poster. It was at Beer Stube Guy's place. Beer Stube Guy thought of a great promotion. Have Monday Night Football Guy do comedy before the Monday Night Football game, right? So I opened for Monday Night Football Guy. And, well, if you didn't know there was an opener, you certainly wouldn't have known about the sign because the letter was like in really tiny print at the very top of the sign. You could barely make one. And then in big, bold letters, Monday Night Football Guy, MNF. And he deserved that. So that's where my comedy career cratered to, that I was opening for Monday Night Football Guy. But it was an honor. It really, truly was.
Kind of fitting. That was his last one.
Yeah, that was. The Pohlad family statement on the Twins' ownership. The whole thing could be nominated for a preposterous statement.
Yes.
Our focus throughout has been on this. Over the past several months, we explored a wide range of potential investment and ownership opportunities. Our focus throughout has been on what's best for the long-term future of the Twins. I'll read that again. Our focus throughout has been on what's best for the long-term future of the Twins. We have been fully open to all possibilities. And let's be honest, they were looking for what's best for the Pohlad family. And I got to be honest, I don't blame them. It's their team, right? I mean, I know we all like to think it's always talked about as it's a community asset, right? What's the phrase they always use? It's like
sure.
They're caretakers of the club, right? Because eventually we'll move on or whatever the case may be. But let's face it, it's their team. They can do as they wish. And that's what they've been doing, much to the chagrin of a lot of us. I wonder if they really ever had any intention of selling the team. And I don't know why you would say you were going to if you didn't. Because it's not as though they said it immediately following the season in which they cut payroll. They cut payroll after they made the playoffs, and everybody was excited about the club. And then they made the announcement, we're cutting payroll, and they slashed, was it $20, $30, $40 million off the payroll? And that was really whatever few Pohlad pocket protectors were left at that point, including media members. I think at that point, even they had to start to go scratch their head a little bit and go, what's going on here? This doesn't seem to make any sense.
My guess is they did have intentions of selling it because they still did partially sell it, right?
Yes, they did.
I think that you've been on this the entire time that their other businesses might not be doing as well as they once were. They're financially having some issues, right? Even apparently they're $400 million in debt. I don't know how you're that in debt running a baseball team. I just don't think that's possible. Maybe that debt's from elsewhere.
Well, that's where it's elsewhere. They're leveraging their team.
They didn't want to sell the team, but it's financially, this is our best way to get out of this. And I think probably what happened for them personally, not for Minnesota Twins fans, was the best outcome for them was we got some extra partners in here to give us some cash now,
yes. I think
but
that's
we still have controlling interest of the team.
I think that's exactly it. In other words, Joe pretty much got what he wanted. If you remember, after announcing they were selling the team, it was a few weeks later. He didn't say it right away. I think it was several weeks later. He said, if we sell the team, I'd still like to run it. And we all kind of went, well, that would be like Tennessee if you said, Common, I'd like, I'd say, hey, it would be like me saying to you, Tennessee, you want to buy my house? I'm still going to live there, but you can buy it. I mean, it makes
thank you.
Yeah, right. No, thank you. It doesn't make any sense. And maybe the limiteds, whoever they are, maybe they have, again, you and I have discussed this. I feel like most people that buy a sports franchise, when you got that kind of money, you want to win. You don't buy it as a tax write-off. I mean, you take all the advantages you can, right? But you're basically there because this is cool, my hobby, man. It's like having a fantasy football team. It's like 10B, when you draft in your fantasy football league, you're looking to win, right? So you buy a team, you're looking to win. Maybe these guys, even though they're limited, they're going, yeah, I can help with the payroll. Absolutely, I can. For a portion of the team, sure. I'd love to pitch in some money. So maybe that's that to me would be the only way that the team is going to get any better. Jim Souhan wrote this weekend his column, and I can't remember the exact headline, but basically how the Twins' young players, forget payroll, is basically the gist of the article. Forget payroll. It's the Twins' future success, if there is any, is going to hinge mostly on their farm system players, which has always been the case. That's nothing new. I looked at that and I said, well, yeah. I mean, every team, your foundation of your club is your farm system kids. And then when you get to that point where we got some pretty good, you're like the Brewers. The Brewers right now, they just had a 14-game winning streak. Their payroll's at number 23. But their farm system developed. They developed. It wasn't that the Twins telling the Pohlad pocket protectors in the media, we got a great farm system, and then they believe it. As a matter of fact, Souhan even wrote in there, and he's right, where he said, you got to hope some of those youngsters. It's interesting because they've come to the conclusion that I've come to a long time ago. I use that example all the time. You got 6 homegrown guys that all had pretty good years, and everybody just feels like, well, now they're going to take the next step. And Souhan writes in there, well, it's probably not going to happen that way because it's not. It's like, just because the organization tells you we have all these young people, all these young players that are going to develop, they're all going to be stars someday, doesn't mean that's going to happen. That's what they want. They want you to sell hope to the season ticket holders so they continue to buy season tickets and have interest in the team. And maybe they feel all those guys are going to be great players. That's why they drafted them. But it's just not as easy.
Traded for him now.
We're traded for him. It doesn't work that way in the real world. Some guys will get better, some won't. Some will end up having very short-lived careers.
I was going to say, and the some that do get better typically don't stay here a long time anyway.
The other part. That's the other portion of it as well. So certainly the farm, and they do have some. The Keishel guy looks for real. Brooks Lee, Tennessee, I've been watching him much like Rosen was watching. Who's the guy in the Wolves that he was watching at UCLA? He was staying up late at night. He was staying up late at night watching Jalen Clark while the rest of us were sleeping. He was watching UCLA basketball. I was watching Brooks Lee. He had his first career Grand Slam the other day.
Yes,
yesterday, and to win the game. He's got potential. Keishel does. Buxton looks like this has been his best year by far, and he's showing no signs of slowing down. And then we still think Royce Lewis is pretty good. So they have some good young players. And then they have the Mirandas and the Larnacks and the Wallners and where those guys go. I mean, they've shown potential, but they're not consistently quality ball players. They've shown spurts of it. As far as the everyday rotation, I don't know. Is Lopez long for this club? I don't know if they bring him back. He's coming back from injury. Is he going to start soon? Is that what I've heard? I think.
Yeah, didn't he do like a bullpen session this weekend?
Yeah, I think it was a bullpen session. So I don't know.
It's funny you mentioned the Twins and always looking to the future and talking about their prospects, because just an hour ago on their X account, they wrote one of just 6 teams with 5+ players on MLB's top 100 prospects. Yeah. Walker Jenkins, Eduardo Tate, Luke Keishel, Emmanuel Rodriguez, Kalen Culpepper.
Yeah. All highly regarded prospects. How many of them are in big leagues? Only one of them, right? The Keishel. He's in the big leagues right now. He's the only one. And the others, look, that's great. And it's nice to have highly regarded prospects, but then not all of them pan out. It's just the odds. The odds just are they're not all going to pan out. So I think for me, when they made when they did the fire sale, I wasn't as offended or annoyed by it as a lot of other people were. The Pohlad pocket protectors were beside themselves. It was the last straw for them. And me, it was, well, yeah, a couple of those players, especially your closer and the Jax guy, of course, it sounds like once they started the fire sale, he wanted out anyway. And wasn't there also some controversy where before the fire sale, like a game or two or a week before that, Jax was pulled from a game and they brought in a everyday player to finish the game off. And Jax was annoyed with the manager because he was worried about his own stats.
Yes.
Because all of a sudden, if you've got two guys on base or the base is loaded, however many were on base when he left, now you bring in position player. Well, they're going to batter that ball around those runners are probably going to score and your ERA looks better. He then did apologize the next day, if I remember correctly. But maybe that had something to do with him not wanting to be here. But we weren't breaking up the 27 Yankees, and I bought into they were selling the team. I foolishly bought into it. And maybe like you say, they truly were intending to sell the team all along, but they were asking too much money. Though I don't really think they were. I know there's the debt service on the club, but they weren't asking. It seems like that's kind of the going rate for a Major League Baseball team. $1.7 billion didn't seem outrageous to me. And there are people that will overpay for that stuff. When you're worth tens of billions or at least a handful of billions, you don't mind overpaying. It doesn't bother you that much, right? Because you do know in the long run that franchise is just going to increase in value, as the Pohlads did. Carl bought it for $44 million. It's worth probably 1.5 for sure, maybe 1.7. So certainly the disappointment is not selling the club. I did want to see some new, and you don't know what new ownership does. I think they would have. I think they would have spent a lot. I do think there would have been an influx of cash from them on the payroll. I do think they would have said, we want to win. That's why we bought this team. But that still doesn't guarantee anything, as we all know. Just because you spend a lot of money doesn't guarantee you're going to win anything. You know, Rosen always used the Yankees as an example. But as you and I have said, at least ownership's making the effort. If it's because eventually it will pay. I know that examples are used all the time about, when the Twins went to the ALCS back in 2002 or 4 or 6, whatever it was, they had one of the lowest payrolls in baseball. Well, yeah, now you're just cherry picking. That's one time in 25 years. If you have a really good team, and that's what trade deadlines are for, that's why you use them. Because you think, we're really close right now. And like you mentioned on a number of occasions, the Bomba squad. You had a team that could tear the cover off the ball. Let's go and invest in some pitching, and they never really did. So
we had Uber guy pitching game 2 in the Bronx.
Exactly. And that just didn't work out.
I think the Wolves are a good example of that they haven't gone to a big game since the Wolves have taken over.
Yeah.
Right? But I think most fans think, hey, the Wolves are trying everything they can to win games.
Yes.
For you.
You can question maybe their hires.
Sure.
The Spielman Zimmerman, you might not, Zimmer. And, and they had their moments. I mean, that duo did get to an NFC championship game. I mean, we weren't that far out of that game if you look back at it. 2017. Remember the season started out as bring it home. Remember, because it was going to be played here at the U.S. Bank Stadium. Of course, then it became watch from home, but that's okay. But all we needed to get back in that NFC Championship game with Philadelphia was a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and an onside kick. Then another touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and an onside kick, and then probably another touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and an onside kick. If I remember correctly, how you use. Sometimes when you're practicing zones and stuff, you use chairs.
Yeah.
You run through chairs. The Vikings defense against Philadelphia that day was chairs.
Yes.
I mean, all of the players in the defensive secondary for the Vikings that day were atrocious.
All I remember is first drive of the game. We just marched down the field. I think it was Kyle Rudolph caught a touchdown pass. And then I believe Philadelphia's first drive, we stop them 3 and out.
Yeah.
You're thinking, we got a chance. We're going to win this game. And then Case Keenum threw. Was it a pick six or a scoop and score? I don't remember anymore.
It was. I think it was a scoop and score. Whatever it was certainly wasn't the way we wanted to end the game. Someone sent a text message that says, PA today said the Vikings will start 5-0. And that's not like him because he's usually not that optimistic about the club. Wasn't he nominated for a PST for saying something like that last year where he said, usually I'm not, I don't say this very often.
He thinks they can get to the big game and usually doesn't say that very often.
Yeah, he
like
doesn't say that very often. He doesn't really predict him to have, really play really well. So anyway, it wouldn't surprise me if PA predicted him go, and they certainly could. We will talk more Vikings on the other side of 5-3-4. Again, it's only preseason. We haven't even had a regular season snap, but there are a couple of, I don't know if they're like, I'm not ready to do purple panic, but there are some, my eyebrows have been raised about a couple of developments. We'll talk about those. But on the other side of the break, it'll be 5-3-4. 10B, what you got?
Yeah, we're actually going to break down that preseason loss to the New England Patriots.
Got you.
iHeart presents the Big Three Championship next Sunday, August 24th. The remaining 2 teams fight it out for the Big Three Championship Dr. J Trophy in the most physical, fierce, and competitive basketball league in the world. The action starts with the Big Three 8th Annual All-Star Game, featuring All-Stars Dwight Howard, Montrezl Harrell, MVP Michael Beasley, Lance will make you Dan Stevenson, Jordan Crawford, Greg Monroe, Earl Clark, Nazir Kaur, and more show you why they are the best 3-on-3 basketball players in the world. Big Three's exciting All-Star Game plus the crowning of a new Big Three champion. The no-holds-barred action starts Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 Pacific, only on CBS.